Here's my review of the latest Doctor Who episode Interstellar Song Contest, both spoiler-free and spoilery, so I will give a warning when I'm about to start talking spoilers. In this episode, the Doctor and Belinda visit the far future Harmony Arena where the Interstellar Song Contest is taking place. But there's danger afoot, and the Doctor must save himself, Belinda, and 3 trillion people from disaster. Interstellar Song Contest felt like a scaled-up version of The End of the World from Series 1, introducing a variety of alien species and intergalactic politics. Unlike The End of the World, the action picks up quickly without as much time to build out the world. I felt like it was a pretty great ride regardless, but I still would have enjoyed more world building. The episode also came with some major reveals about the series arc as a whole. Luckily, the focus remained on the single episode's plot, which was meaty enough in and of itself. I'm reviewing every episode of this season on all my socials, so follow along on whichever platform you like best. Now I'm going to start talking spoilers, so if you don't want spoilers, hit that favorites button and come back later. For the rest of us, let's get into it. With the character Kid being portrayed as so jaded and unrepentantly violent, I worried that this would turn into a Kerblam situation, where an activist for a genuinely important cause gets portrayed as cartoonishly evil as a way of dismissing the entire cause. In this case, Kid wants to raise awareness and get revenge for how the contest sponsor Poppy Honey destroyed his home planet Helia for profit. Even though Kid's plan to kill all 3 trillion contest attendees and viewers gets foiled, the character Cora, who is also from Helia, gets to broadcast her song about the planet's destruction, thereby still raising awareness about their plight, but without any deaths. The reveal about Poppy Honey echoes some criticisms about the Eurovision Song Contest real-life sponsors. Eurovision has also been criticized for supposedly representing unity, but refusing to allow pride flags or Palestinian flags because they want to avoid uncomfortable conversations. Similarly, the Interstellar Song Contest sponsors originally refused to let Cora perform her song about Helia because it would be too uncomfortable for them. We also get another example of the Doctor being overly violent with a villain, which he later explains as a trauma response because the threat of 3 trillion people dying reminded him of the destruction of Gallifrey. I kind of wish we'd seen him empathize with Kid about how both their planets were destroyed, but I also like it when the Doctor becomes unsettlingly vengeful because he's not as much of a hero as he thinks he is. Luckily, a familiar face pops up to encourage him to show mercy. That's right, this episode sees the return of the Doctor's granddaughter Susan, as played by her original actress Carol Ann Ford. She appears in a series of flashes to steer the Doctor away from violence and asks the Doctor to find her. Maybe we'll see her in the flesh in the last 2 episodes. Finally, we now know who Mrs. Flood is. She's the Rani, a Time Lord from the classic series. At the end of the episode, she bigenerates into herself and a new incarnation played by Archie Panjabi. The new Rani says that she is the Rani, while Mrs. Flood is just a Rani. I wonder if this means that Mrs. Flood isn't a full Time Lord and can't regenerate, but will be a clone of the Rani to serve as her sort of minion. So what did you think about the Interstellar Song Contest? Let me know in the comments.